Hello there everyone, AnthWolf here, bringing you even more Final Fantasy XIV. Playing as our Dark Knight who recently just hit level 80, Yuri Yascaret, and we have entered, we're just about to end the region of Emet-Selch, I believe, after dealing with the Light Warden in that region. Unfortunately, it was the former Pixie King who we had to deal with in the end, and our our pack member, I don't know how to pronounce it, the pixie of who we made a pact with, Feo Uul, became the new Pixie King, or Queen, who knows with pixies. We managed to push back the Yulmoran army. They were put into retreat, and we now need to decide where we're going next. So, as I say, I have been busy between streams. Well, not so much. I unlocked the ability to earn rewards from defeating elite marks, since we hit level 80 yesterday evening. I did deal with a few fates, both in Emet-Selch and in Lakeland, if we go to the shared fates page. Let's see, yeah, I did 7 fates in Lakeland, 6 to get to rank 2, and then we did 1 extra one. I did, 14 Emet-Selch fates, and in rank 2, you can go to the gem traders, and you can purchase maps, which that's not the one I knew. That's not the one I need. Which would increase the movement speed in certain regions. So I have increased movement speed in Emet-Selch and in Lakeland. Of course, I could probably get it in Armorang as well, but we haven't unlocked the gemstone trader in that region just yet. So we can't do it. Not yet, at least. We did learn a new ability at level 80 called Living Shadow. It costs us 50 on our blood gauge, similar to Quietus and Bloodspiller. But we can conjure a simulacrum of your dark side to fight alongside you. It lasts for 24 seconds, and I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, it has a 2-minute cooldown, but I'm looking forward to giving this a go. I was wondering if this was going to be made available as soon as we hit level 80, or if it might be locked behind a new Dark Knight class story quest line. But we picked it up as soon as we hit level 80, which is awesome. Another thing to mention, at level 80, when we're doing our duty roulettes now, or the daily ones anyway, how to put this? We have new rewards. We're not getting tombstones of poetics anymore. We are getting the tombstones of, is it Gotia or is it Getia? Is it a silent O or a silent E maybe? I'm going to say Gotia. But yeah, I think you get 380 from just doing the free roulettes that we have currently available. Guildhests gets us seals, and we're currently capped out on those. Should probably spend them on something. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to start, even though I would rather do the dailies to level up some of my level 70 classes, like the Red Mage or the White Mage. I'd want to get a good amount of Gotia tombstones, just so when we unlock the new tombstone trader, wherever it may be, we can see what new armor is awaiting us there. Because we've been wearing the same armor since we actually started this expansion. And I've seen some better stuff, but it hasn't been a massive improvement, shall we say. Either way, let us continue with the main storyline. Oh, also more side quests were made available. I say, I haven't done them just yet. I'll probably just wait to do them with another class in my own time. Either way, let us progress with the main storyline. The wheel turns. Thancred wishes to have a word with the hero of the hour. Okay, back to the Crystarium. Thancred's hoping that since the Eomoran army decided to come for us, the Crystarium city itself may have been spared. Looks okay, but I guess we should speak to the Exarch and see what may have occurred.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Ylmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Oh.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emet-Selch, Asian.
Gaius spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight.
Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the Source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come. Shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Well, Emet-Selch. That is going to be a name I'm bound to forget. You see, I wouldn't trust him in the first place, but to confuse player knowledge with character knowledge. I know he said he was going to try a bloodless way to get what he wanted. And he mentioned something about a soul. And now, whether or not he's talking about ours? Or Minophilia's? I imagine he could still achieve what he wants if he has a purely light aspected soul. I'm not sure how, but of course we won't trust him. We've been sent back to bed, where we may have another conversation with Ardbert. Grab some more sleep. Ooh. We gained a sandwich basket which can be planted in our house, giving us a variety of boosts. Can be used up to 10 times.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. You probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the Flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history and the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emet-Selch we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, We heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emet-Selch had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear. What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Yeah, he's not wrong. I like Aoife. We've been through some adventures together. I wonder if Midgard Soma is still watching over us. Oh god. I was imagining if Midgard Soma and Freya Ull ended up having a conversation over our shoulders. Literal angel and devil. Well. We've had our meal. We've had our rest. A party soon divided. The manager of the suites is in a cheerful mood. Hey, we can get some level 74 gear, which is item level 403. This actually will be probably better than what we're currently wearing, if slightly. The blue spirit gear. I mean, really, we could probably purchase better gear for not a great deal of gil. If we go down to the markets, I believe people are selling item level 415 gear. High quality 415 gear. The thing is, I'll actually show you. We'll use the chest piece as an example. Because the chest piece tends to be one of the biggest, has the biggest stat difference, and also benefits you. So yeah, we have this Dwarven Mithril, which is probably something... Well, there's the blue spirit gear that we will be getting. Let's have a look at it. Sorry. There you go. So people are actually selling this. So this is a quest reward, as probably is the Zunur skin and the Dwarven Mithril. Mithril. Saying it that way. But yeah, this is... All these are probably quest rewards. So let's have a look. It has a tiny bit extra defense, which is nothing. 2 extra strength, 2 extra vitality. Now it switches out critical for tenacity. And it is a boost in determination, which is what again? Determination. Affects the amount of damage dealt by both physical and magical attacks. Okay. So we'll deal more damage. Slightly. But if I wanted to, because I'm level 80, I could purchase item level 415 gear, even though these I'm sure are going to be quest rewards. But even then, okay, so 118 strength is pretty decent. It's about 10% extra. But it's only, what's that, 16 more strength, 5 more vitality. Is it any good? I mean, look at it, it's actually only marginally better determination. And it switches out skill speed for critical hit. I mean, it's not a big enough difference to justify it to me. Whereas I'd rather wait and see what we could get as a reward or trade in for these tombstones of Gotia. But that's my opinion. Even though it looks like Emet-Selch is going to make a reappearance again according to the quest icon we saw.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters, put each and every Light Warden to the sword, prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
The burden of truth. See, that piques my interest, but I'm sure it was intentionally phrased that way to make us want to learn more, and so become indebted to him.
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin-Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Armareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Armareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Ah, you really gonna take that chance?
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
I wonder how Y'shtola's doing, with her ability to see ether and all.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me.
I wonder what she sees when she looks at you.
You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
It would be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
What's that?
A letter from Yulmore, perhaps?
A missive from Lord Volfrey. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Okay, to the Raktika Greatwood we will be going. Okay. Onwards to Fort Job. There we go. Was it a tome in reference to the light? Oh, and a whole new series of quests has appeared. We already have flight in this region. Tell you what, we'll leave these quests around Lakeland until we start leveling up another character. But what I will do is take a break here. I know this is going to be a short stream / video, but it's a good place to take a break, obviously with the conversations we've had with Emet-Selch, the Ascian, and with our companions here. And when we come back, we will be looking for this tome, and then heading into the Raktika Greatwood. And hopefully being reunited with Y'shtola. We don't know what to expect in the Greatwood. We know... Is it Andrea? Or Andrea? The cardinal virtue is possibly going to be in this region, hunting her quarry, following the trail she left in her past. We will probably look into that. And we'll have to switch back to our dancer. Otherwise, who knows what we'll see there. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's the only place that we haven't really investigated yet, apart from the other sections of Armoreng and Clusia. Either way, once again, thank you all for joining me. This has been AnthWolf with some more Final Fantasy XIV, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye now.